Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I will be demonstrating how to make the best chicken and sausage gumbo you've ever had in your life. It's my own personal recipe that I devised. It's years in the making and it's still not done yet, but it's getting close. I'm also working on a cookbook with a lot of other recipes, and I will also be broadcasting some of those as well. Gumbo is an African word. It actually means okra. That's why so many people use okra in their gumbo. I particularly don't care for okra. Some people say it makes the gumbo slimy, and some people swear it's not real gumbo without okra. Basically, there are many different variations of gumbos. Many people have tried different things, different combinations. You have your seafood, you have your chicken and sausage, you have rabbit gumbo, turtle gumbo, you name it, we've done it. The two main gumbos are the rabbit, chicken and sausage, and the seafood. I've seen seafood mixed with chicken. Not my cup of tea, but people do it all the time. So, first we are going to start off, get the chicken out of the way, because I like to prepare the chicken and get it in the oven and kind of cook it down a little bit. You don't want to finish it in the oven. You want to finish it in the pot. But I like to get it kind of close. So, we have our just take the wrapper out of the chicken here. And you kind of want to make sure you dig out all the nasty crap. You don't want all that in your chicken. Take all the gizzards out. You don't want livers and whatever else you put in here. Make sure it's all out of there. And the neck and okay, the next thing we want to do here is okay, now every gumbo has a roux. And the way the roux is done, there's many different ways of doing roux. It's basically flour and oil, equal parts flour to equal parts oil. Now, a lot of people want to use butter, lard, whatever. All that works real good too. Butter does add a little bit more flavor than oil has. But I don't do it that way. I do it different than anybody else. And I use bacon grease. To me, that has the most flavor in it. And it probably works just as well. So, that's kind of my signature ingredient, if you will. So, let's take a look. Here is the pot. Here's the pot, and okay. First thing we're going to do here is we are going to grease here. Alright, see the grease coming down now. What we have here is, now you can either save the grease yourself, or you can actually buy it now. I have bought it this time because I hadn't been able to eat enough bacon. But you can get it, Hot Belly bacon grease. Also, I hear duck grease works really well too for this. Now, the one thing about roux, you have to be very careful with it. Not to burn. You burn it just a teeny tiny bit. Gotta throw it out. It's no good. It will ruin your gumbo. That's also, don't try gumbo in a store or at a restaurant, or they do not know how to make gumbo. And most of the time their roux is burned, and they serve it to you anyway. If you want a good impression of gumbo, if you've never had it, I would definitely recommend home cooked, because if you eat it anywhere else, I promise you, you'll never eat it again. Now we're going to add the flour to our bacon grease. Now remember, you have to keep stirring. Do not let it sit on this hot surface or you will be throwing it out. And see, it's kind of a caramel color. You want it the color of chocolate milk. Some people make it a little darker than that, but it gets kind of risky if you get it too dark. Some people like to do it just before it burns. It's pretty risky. I like to go with the color of chocolate milk. Now, the darker you make it, the richer the gumbo is going to be. Now, see that? Color of chocolate milk. That's how you want it. Now, the Trinity is a combination. It's called Holy Trinity. And it's a combination of onions, bell pepper, and celery. It's in traditional and most Cajun and Creole dishes. Now, if a lot of people, if you notice, a lot of people use just plain green bell pepper. However, me, if it calls for one bell pepper, I usually use 1/2 red and 1/2 green. Mostly because I like the way it looks. It don't really matter. You can make it any way you want. So, after the roux is done, you put the roux in with the Trinity mix and you saute it mixed with the roux. That's what allows it to draw all that good flavor out of it. See that? I'm doing about 8 cups of chicken stock, which is actually 2 of these boxes. Could even add a little bit of water to it if you wanted. And this pot, when we make, down here in Cajun country, when we make food, we always make a lot. And it don't last long either. Now what you want to do is you want to bring it to a burrow. Now you can make your own stock, but this is much easier. Now, alright, why don't we take a look at it and see how that's looking in there. Now, look at that. Not a whole lot, just kind of brown a little bit. Right. Alright, that looks like that's kind of good enough. I'm going to start adding the sausage to the gumbo. Alright, now come the seasonings. So, what do we need? Well, I've got the seasonings here. I've already pre-mixed it together, but we're using Creole seasoning, salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, thyme, and bay leaves. This gumbo should feed about, this gumbo probably feed about 50 people or 20 Cajuns. Maybe 10. Might come up on the cayenne pepper in this batch. Now, remember the cayenne pepper, you can reduce it. If it's too hot, you can start low. I wouldn't go less than a teaspoon of that, but I'll come up on it. But some of the people that, I live with a Yankee, so enough said. They can't take the hot pepper like we can. We're worse than the Mexicans when it comes to hot pepper. Well, the key to gumbo, you don't want to make it too hot, but you do want it to have a little kick. It ain't real gumbo unless it's got a kick. Don't really have to be hot, although I prefer it hot. But I'm learning a little bit about how to tone it down because I'm cooking for, I cook for other people, a lot of other people sometimes. So I try to be sensitive to their taste buds. And then I get my bowl and I just pile it on top. And you just kind of keep occasionally stirring it. Letting all those flavors mix together and let it simmer for about an hour. Then I add the chicken. And let it simmer for another hour, hour and a half. Kind of doing some little taste tests. Sometimes I gotta add some more stuff. This is kind of new to me because I'm not used to measuring everything out. I just toss it in a pot, and when it tastes good, it's ready. But writing a cookbook, I have to start writing everything down. I want to be able to make it the same way every time. Right now it's still kind of burling. Turn the heat down a little bit, let it kind of simmer. The only thing we're really waiting on is the chicken. Normally, what I normally do, now I used to actually boil the chicken in the pot of gumbo. But by the time you put it in there, it makes all the liquid come to the top and it's hard to find a pot big enough. So what I do now is I start it in the oven. Take it out, chop the legs off of it, throw the body in, throw the legs in, bones and all. Leave that in there and cook it down until the meat's literally falling off the bone. Then I take the chicken out, debone it, and throw it back in. That way you're getting all the flavors from the bones, because the bones offer a lot of flavors, a lot of minerals in there too. So it's actually good for you. Bone chicken is always better for you. When you're done, when you get kind of close, you want to put the rice on. Gotta have rice in gumbo. Now, one thing about gumbo that I will say. Gumbo is one of the few dishes that's better the next day as leftovers than when it's freshly cooked. And that's a fact. Some people don't even eat the gumbo after it's cooked. They wait till the next day to eat it because it's better. It allows the flavors a chance to come out more when it sits. Alright. Well, it looks like the gumbo is done. And so why don't we take a look. Alright, here we go. We got some of that. Now, we normally do. Now this right here is gumbo filet powder. And basically what this is this comes from the sassafras leaves. And that's what we use in our gumbo. You don't want to dump it in with the pot because it'll get kind of slimy in there. So you put it on in your bowl. And top it all off. With some green onions. Gumbo. Look how good that is. Garlic bread. And that's what your finished product looks like. Tomorrow I'm going to be showing y'all how to make pumpkin pie and blueberry pie and eggnog.